security deposit, what you left for.
You were suing the defendant, Scotty LaRock. How do you say the right name?
Right.
For $1,280 for the return of a security deposit and a value of a television. So we'll start with you, sir. What's going on here?
Yes, so I moved in with Scott November 2013. Deposit, I have right here.
So you got a lease? You got lease? Did you sign? No roommate agreement or anything like that? And why do you say you did if you said you
Well,
did?
we did.
What was the agreed upon monthly payments? We don't have a lease. Oh, did you agree that you agreed to pay $950? It was month to month, sir?
There was a month-to-month term, but it was a 6-month lease agreement.
Why is that a lease?
There was anything. There's no agreement.
And that's not how, don't have a signed agreement by default. It's considered to be month to month. Just tell you that.
Right.
If you want someone to agree to stay with you for 6 months, you have to have an agreement. So what's going on here? You move in, good roommate, what's going
It
on?
was great. I mean, it's fine. Really like the apartment, but I had to switch jobs. So I didn't know what city I was going to end up in. So I just basically got notice in December that I'm going to have to move out.
How many days notice did you give him?
And
Okay, did he give you that notice, sir?
Yes, he did.
All right, so tell me what's going on. Why did you keep his security deposit?
The reason I kept the deposit was, he didn't stay on 6-month period. I don't know if really all of something goes in that. No, okay. You know,
30 days enough.
yeah, people are looking for excuses.
It's not a gift. If you take it as a parting gift, it is not a gift. You do understand that, right? On sale. It's not throughout the store. Now. Girl, how big my business?
RS first price. Let's speak first. But for now,
Yeah. It is not a gift. You do understand that, right?
plaintiff from this says he is going to return the security deposit. And after moving out, the defendant Scotty LaRock says the plaintiff skipped out on a verbal lease. He doesn't know anything. A friend of mine, somebody did for it at my house for his edible company.
What kind of inventory?
Edible marijuana.
Okay.
And he had decided to help himself to inventory it. And
Get it?
yeah, so
Wait. How did you find that he had helped himself to some inventory, as you put it?
in his back.
How did you see it in his bag? So his bag was open.
Yeah.
room actually.
in your
Where in
room,
my room?
and you saw some edible inventory, as you call it. Okay, and so what did you do when seeing?
Well, I didn't about it. But you care. That's a handful of candies that he had.
So you call it edible, you call it candy.
No consumption, just to be clear. This is perfectly unsounding, where I not enjoy those things, but I had a friend who was taking me to the airport who happened to maybe like them, so I took a couple. I mean, it's not like, you know, so we didn't have a like tight, you know.
I guess if you're ever going to come to court and tell the judge that someone took some of your weed, big part of your answer. You wrote, when I came home that day on Super Bowl Sunday, that Ramirez had some marijuana paraphernalia in his bag. The edibles belonged to a friend of mine that owns a medical marijuana dispensary. He had left some of his inventory in my apartment. I Ramirez about the edibles and he said, I think you needed it. So if you were ever going to dress up and tell the judge you had some weed and a friend of yours took it, this would probably be the best way to do it. So I do give you credit for that. But you know that is not an issue that we're going to deal with in this court. You know, so what are you keeping his $950 security
The
deposit?
fact that he 6 months, 3 on stay.
You do not have a signed lease term. That means it is month to month. He gave you more than 30 days notice.
Told me that there was a problem. He moved out. He was like, hey, dude, the problem was, like, I'm getting fun. You didn't give me enough notice. I would love to get so much. There's no problem getting somebody to move into a great apartment in West Palm, you know, for that much. I would have been more than happy to help.
What's the issue with the television? Why do you still have the TV?
But, you know, I think there's a point that happened. He was still there.
Yeah. If you took it as part of the gift, it is not a gift. You do understand that, right? You been smoking too much. In order for you to keep the security deposit, you can't do it because he annoyed you, because you didn't like him, or because he tried to take some of your edibles. That's not a reason to keep the security deposit. If he didn't owe rent, if he was breaking the lease, those will be reasons, but the reasons you have given me are not sufficient. So I am going to order you to return his security deposit in the amount of $950. For the TV, how old is your Vizio TV?
Giving me a gift about.
Good to keep on doing it. Thank you.
Before I
With her delusional mind. Is it in New York? Is it in Bronx?
Says she purchased a temple dress from the defendant. Received it, due to the value, and we'd like to please. By her daughter. Sue says, Villa. No refunds policy. He's got a suit for slander. All Or is this gonna change? What should I fix? The argument the lift sentence is versus right.
Exactly. Anne Marie Tibbs, you're suing the defendant Sue Wagner for $2,235.
Yes, ma'am.
125 of that is for a dress that they purchased from the defendant that you never received.
Yes, ma'am.
And the remainder of your lawsuit, you want her to pay for a new dress that you had to purchase, in addition to restoration fees. Ma'am, okay, I'm introducing, I'm just her lawsuit, what she's suing for. Take your chair, stand up straight in court, and don't interrupt me, and don't roll your eyes at me. You know I can see you, right? Starting off really poorly. Okay. Say, and you're also suing for over $1,400 in mileage, correct?
Yes.
You are countersuing for harassment, slander, and defamation of character.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Sims, I understand that you just a dress from the defendant for your daughter's wedding. And just and met, right, and the wedding supposed to take place. But you never received the dress, and that's why you are suing. And I understand that you are a boutique owner.
Yes, I am.
What kind of boutique is it?
It's a fabulous boutique. This particular.
That's before. Oh, but.
Pepe?
What kind of? When I asked what kind of
Okay,
boutique.
I think like I didn't do my best.
You'll do your best.
No, because I did it for a long time.
It's right,
So,
cheap, but
I
it's.
don't know. I should like it.
That I have there. That's clear.
You should always do your best. You always do your best.
Tell me about the dress.
The
The store.
So this time, when I was with the phone,
Like mine. Places.
yeah, so that's how we do, yeah. So I'm trying to do the best side, that's why I feel like I'm trying to do.
So when I come next time, I'm going somewhere.
We have on a dress before. Younger daughter's, mom,
Come next
and it was beautiful. Okay, so that's. We left it there, we bought it. Same thing we did for this.
Yeah,
one.
go faster.
And then, yeah, because it's only,
I It's the dress for
That's
you,
me.
for the mother, and for your oldest daughter's.
I know what she is.
But it needs alteration.
no professional.
I liked it, but I wanted my daughters to look at it, my younger daughter to look at it.
No, I'm just saying, if it's not the person lacking. So I'm just gonna
Because they didn't want my
practice.
down, which they made. And what kind of alterations did it need? And, the front.
Maybe some people put clothing on.
That was in March of 2015, then. On the 15, you were supposed to. Yeah, it was in the middle of season. So it was dresses, and I said that was fine. We, you just told me when you were supposed to get the dress, and when I called in July, they said, come up the first week of August for the fitting. Take for the shopping with it, maybe 250 miles, so it's long. Yeah. Okay, so that's why you should look for. Why do you call it the day over?
What? The channel?
Suitable for an older lady or a more mature woman. That is not what you said. For an older, I was dumbed out. And you can't be a mother of the bride and wear this. So she bought a dress out of the way because it's her choice, and she chose it, so she can. You don't decide what people look like, you decide. Wanted me to embellish the dress. What's the reason she gave you as to why you never got this dress? She said she moved it to the nearest warehouse. For the things in the store. Yeah. My daughter and I went to talk to her. Always getting better at that.
What?
I came into the store. He said he believed that she paid $500. She doesn't have it. The Roosevelt Up Kids Labor Day sale right now. Bumps and lumps. Free desk chair. That's just starting at $6.55 and get free chair.
The flappy plate of pigment dominated the desk. Just like there's a reason for it's the largest injury law firm. Over people, dog. See the whole crew. From dominance. Whether you're a professional or just love getting hands-on with your home projects, it offers quality hand tools built to last by a lifetime guarantee. That part simply can't be beat. Just apply different topics. You got whatever you can do it for us. Your destination. Thank you.
Oh, because I'm so used to this. That one too, if I practice more. But nobody ever asked for that. Only you.
Oh, you mean like men?
No, like a customer. You know, if
Not even women.
no,
They probably don't know.
no, they know it with they call it what do you call this? Goddess braid. You know the big one, the chunky, but you know it's out of style now. That's why.
It's not.
That's the Liberian area. We call it country flat.
That's how we used to live in back home, but
Yeah.
but
Okay,
we here they don't. But if you do it more, people will be appreciating. For some people, when they see more, they start asking for
in her like
they're gonna press things and
and she told us that like
take a picture of putting their thing.
my mom purchased like cocktail dresses from her. I got my prom dress from her, and she said that if you dress like we'll give you a full refund, you're loyal customers. Like why wouldn't I not? Why did she say she did not have the dress? She never said in that appointment she didn't have or why she didn't have the dress. She just said it was in your first. I believe it was for storage. And you were concerned because at that point, why would it be in New York? Right. And so, is that the last conversation you had with her about the dress? No. So, what's going on that day? It was the dress in New York? I wasn't there that day, Your Honor. So, they never had the conversation with you? No, I wasn't there. They're just lying about this conversation. Oh. They lied. You know what spoke? My assistant who does work for me in the upstairs. My assistant called me and said that they had bombarded upstairs and knocked on the door and said, "Oh, I know you're in there, Susan." So they were, "I know you're in there." In there, she changed the story around. Delusional mindset that when it wasn't a customer anymore because it was a sample. Jayla, not you. Whether or not you think this dress is appropriate for her or not is irrelevant now that you've taken her money. You understand? So you made promises about what you would do to the dress and then deliver the dress to her. Five appointments, I totally got it. So that's why she didn't get the dress because she didn't make an appointment. She didn't just show up at your boutique. Well, if somebody shows up and they don't want it, was at that time a year ago, was at that time. If the dress in New York is in Bronx, Queens, Brooklyn, what is the why did you not deliver the dress to them, man? We canceled the order, so she wanted money back. I know. She came into the store. What do you mean by cancel the order? She already purchased the dress. There is no order. She didn't care if I had the dress. You believe that she paid $500 for a dress for her daughter's wedding. She doesn't care that she doesn't have it. So really, she canceled the order. She paid for the dress, and you're not delivering it. There is no order. You may think $500 is a cheap dress, but to a lot of people, $500. Something happened, you are not able to release the dress. And you're not giving me the reason as to why. Because for me to work done on the dress that she wanted, we were doing that because she was a very good customer of mine before she became with the rich. No, you're not going to call her name. Well, she was a very good client and do things far beyond. And we always go out of her way and we don't mind. So what happened? Going the extra. So what happened? She turned into a total. We're done. You won't give me a straight answer about this. You won't give me a straight answer. Every time I ask you a question about what happened to the dress, you're telling me she canceled the order. Well, no, she didn't. She already paid for the dress. You're telling me you had to do work on it. You're not going to work for it. You're not too difficult. You're giving me, and you're saying that she was under it when you were ordering for ready or playing for character and slant.
Frustration of the missing dress.
You have to let me alone for a year. An attorney takes phone calls, is continuing to harass me on the internet. What did you say on the internet? Why? You had evidence of the Facebook.
My second friend. She's suing for the value of the dress. Henry. In a FedEx way, it says Emery tried to use social media to ruin her designer dress boutique's reputation. He's suing for harassment. What?
Slander. She hasn't left me alone for a year. I had to have an attorney take phone calls, contacted several different people to call me.
The attorney is going to give you job back to take your phone calls. He must go never coming.
In my store, and it has harassment to you, it's because now someone called me $500. We have a rule. We have a rule for it. We have a rule in our store. You cannot cancel your our rule. You mean you can't get a refund? Then give her the dress. You know she wants the dress. So you say no refund, but that means for people who actually did the doctor's we were talking about the database of playing please because she's continuing to harass me on the internet. Get that by what you say? Lie, so lie, so he never said that she canceled the dress. You had evidence of the Facebook post? My mother doesn't have Facebook. I don't have Facebook. A lady was writing on Facebook about your and you say the messages were what? They were say about a shop that was so lie. Give me okay. Your defamation claim can't be everything you can say about a shop. You have to give me specific. Oh, don't go there, blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Don't go there to the store because she'll steal your money. That's not what happened. I didn't steal her money. He made a defamation claim and because now with defamation cases, it's all about what happens on social media in a lot of these cases. So you're saying that she made, you have to be able to allege to me she made a false statement, knowingly made a false statement about you and your business. And I have a woman here who paid $525 for a dress that she never received, and she's all right. And you've given me all these reasons to various reasons as to why she did receive it, and none of them are valid, legitimate reasons. So her saying this woman stole my money, it's not the truth. You were then suing though. You want her to pay for the other dress that you had to buy for the wedding. Yes, I do. Okay. Pay for the new dress. And you said they never came up the person to the home. Okay, but I did. The dress is already paid. I told her, said, I will have this dress gift to you. And that way we don't have to worry about it. You know what her answer was? Oh, no. You told me you were going to give me a free hand from Virginia. Free hand. And I'm like, what happens when she shows up to pick up the dress? If you have to tell me not to ship it, that she was going to come up and take it. So when she got it, she said, I don't want the dress. I want my money. I don't believe the man. I just don't believe it. I don't believe that. I just don't believe it. And I have to tell you, it's so strange to me that someone would sell a dress and then completely trash the dress after they sell it. It's horrible. It's not fair. It's for J-Lo. It won't look good. Your customers are gonna feel. You know, and I can trash people. I tell them that they lie.
So why you buying trash dress to sell them?
Be honest about it. Something happened to this dress. We're never gonna know. That's between you, your assistant at the shop, or whoever else, because you're never gonna tell me. I get that. He's never gonna know. I'm never going to know. But something happened to that dress between the time that she purchased it and paid for it and the time period that she got to your shop in August. And just as a reminder as to what you said in your complaint, which you didn't mention at all today in your testimony, that the dress would be ready the first week of August, but you were hesitant to give her the sample dress because it was too tight. So you ordered a fresh one. The new dress was the exact same as the sample dress. And you didn't think it would be a big deal. So you know what you did with the old dress. You just said you didn't have it anymore. My judgment in this case is for the plaintiff. I'm going to order you to refund her money, $525, which is what she paid for the dress plus the alterations. In addition, I'm going to order you to pay for $100 for gas for the plaintiff because she drove to your shop and I think you knew that she didn't have it. And it's for court cost. So total judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $620. The rest of it's Labor Day Fed sale. 75 on sale, plus other amazing styles throughout the store. Fast delivery and expert setup. The Roosevelt Fed sale is going on now. The help of Subaru small business accounting software. I've got the right information at my fingertips.
My protection. RS Fresh Nice, already keep plus be fresh. One for now, one for later. All right, that's right.
That's so silly now.
Our father brings his daughter to court. And his money back from the treasury fund. The wedding plan get put on hold.
He went to my job out of the blue and said, if you see something that you want, you should be able to get whatever you want because you deserve it. Now, whether it's 10 points on a wedding dress, whatever More for the wedding.
Disrespect me. I've been there from day one.
It's like everybody is praying on my downfall for this situation. You understand what I'm saying? Here's one thing I do know, I'm never going to dinner, y'all.
His wife thought it's funny for the no reason other than the wedding has been called on. He's returned of money for a wedding. He did work today by his wife, girlfriend, a friend. Lisa Quinn says she doesn't know because money was for the wedding not funded. The company by your mother anyway.
All right, part of the session, Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. It's the Bradford versus
Second one. Brian Branford. You were suing the defendant Alicia Quinn for $3,000, the return of money for wedding expenses.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, why don't we start from the beginning? Give me some background.
From day one, I've been there my whole life. We're trying to be the best that I can be for never had to pay no support or anything like that. It's been real close to her. But
Let me hear from you, Ms. Queen, before we get to the case. Let me hear from you. Give me some background. What's going on here?
okay, here we go. No, here, he's the dad, yes. But he has all the issues, but this has been his character. Thing. Okay, bought me a car, he took it away. He did. And if things don't go his way, he likes to give it back.
You grew up in the same household?
No. Well, always been right now. So, for $3,000,
Okay.
okay. Fiance, she came. So we go over to the house, me and my wife go over to the house, and she tells me the wedding is gonna be $60,000. I said, well, I don't have that much, but I will get five in, another five in January.
Okay. Do you know her fiance? Did you like him? Had you met him before?
He lives out of town. But if she wanted something, I was there to make sure it was
You were
all
happy
okay.
that she was happy.
I was happy because she was happy.
This is the first time she's been engaged?
Yes.
Okay.
Every day we talk. She telling me, well, Dad, what's my dress budget? I said, listen, don't look. The dress. She started looking for dresses. And he comes and said, I've been looking at Tommy dress and all this. So March the 11th, I go to the bank and I take $2,800, take it up to her job. And I give it to her. I said, now you can go get your dress.
You were giving her this money for the dress, right?
Yeah, I was giving her the money for
Okay.
the dress.
And so that was the discussion at the time. Here's the money for your dress. Go get it. And how much was the dress total?
The dress was $2,350.
Okay, so you gave her 2,800 at the time. Dress expenses. You said you give her another 2,000 in June.
Yeah.
You're giving her the money, the 10,000 total in increments, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Go ahead.
So in May, me and my wife, she looking on Facebook. I don't get on Facebook. That's her. She get on Facebook about
yeah.
her.
Oh, yes. Oh, she's not here yet. Oh, okay.
I just was looking on her Facebook, and before then, she had tons of pictures of her and her fiance, wedding countdown, and was full of between her and the fiance. And that particular day, I didn't see anything. She had changed her profile page, and he was non-existent.
It's what I'm gonna take.
It was over. So I looked at that, I'm like, what?
So you thought there were no photos, you knew there was a problem.
So I mentioned to him, like, well, I don't see anything on Facebook about her fiance. He was like gone, like he never existed.
Mhm.
And then that's when he spoke with her.
So that day she calls. I said, I want to talk about her. I want to talk about your fiance because it's pictures on here. $2,000. I told her, yo.
What did he say?
She said, Dad, you always going to the left. I just called you about been very disrespectful about this whole situation with this guy. That's what she said. She said, you always going to the left. It's called about for you.
Did she tell you that they broke up?
She didn't tell me then. 2 days later, Jan, she calls me back and says the wedding is off. She said, okay. Well, she did. I was on the I'm sorry, who are you? I'm her mother. Went nowhere wrong.
Did you and you were divorced?
No, he was never married. He was never married. He was a child. Very close. Time to hold.
Tell me what happened. Okay. Conversation. Me and my dad talk every day. I understand that we had a close relationship. Never one said the money that I'm giving you is for the dress. Came to my job out of the blue. He says, here is $2,800. Count this. That you see something, you want you to be able to get whatever you want because you deserve. For him, for my wedding, his exact word. Next 10 points on a wedding dress. What you want for the wedding. I'm getting the money is because recently in January when he was supposed to meet my fiance, he acted a mess. Look, hello, because he was mad he didn't get to meet him first. We did him first. Meet him first. My mom and my stepdad met. What happened in the breakfast? Did he cool down and poured out? We didn't talk at all.
You know, he murdered.
No, whoever tell him that the wedding is off. No, now, if you know the words that you told me, the wedding is off. No, yeah.
They just Brian Bradford. That's the wedding. Once it's fun. He said he's going to return the money for the wedding. He's a company. By his wife. Says, he doesn't know why. Yeah. He's a company. By her mother.
Nah, brother.
So we're sharing.
You done saved money
Paying
away.
$3,000.
But the money, the wedding did happen. That's a lot of money.
Did you
It is, but
So maybe she play him. Oh, and then the next time we're gonna get married, we're gonna come again.
but that's when it come up. No, I'm like,
And for me, that was a lot of money.
2,800, right?
I mean, he gave 10,000.
Oh, he gave him 10 in total?
He asked her for 15, he gave her like 10. So that is a lot of money.
Oh, I know he gave. So,
Yeah.
but yes. He gave her the whole 10.
Yeah. So if the wedding didn't happen, that the dress, even if it is the dress, don't return the dress. I don't think she can the dress. She has the dress.
Wouldn't be here.
still engaged to this man? It's not it's saying, why are you trying to accept the
Hey, man.
Did you do that? Listen. Never did. Somebody like not sure. Then I'll talk to this picture. You understand what I'm saying?
I believe his new wife is the reason why he's asking for that money. That's why.
It's not a new wife, it's his wife. Some say they never get married. No, but it's a lot of money. Even if it's 10,000 is a lot of money. So maybe they use it with the mother because the mother is taking a side. Maybe the wife will contribute to that too. You know, the money they're working, both of them. So they give you.
Money's always going to be the problem.
Yeah. Because if the dad didn't give, it could be a problem again.
Don't look.
Mm. Yeah, the-
T. Harbor Freight. Europe.
if I love you, then you have to do a daily job.
Sometimes it's different.
If he's not paying.
Oh. You know what? For the wedding? No, you gonna pay. Why not?
Not from that.
What tradition are you? You are not African?
No, I'm never going to get a job.
When the father, when the any African fathers.
No, they pay for because it's your daughter. No, no. You're not talking about those things. You're talking about Ebola or whatever. No, pay that means you organize the party for her. Yeah, that's paying for the way. That's what they say. Like you,
They talk about dresses. For the wedding.
yeah, all of that is you're organizing. I know, but
You married, you pay.
so you want to, you know.
Man, God.
No, the men pay. Yeah, the men pay for the white dress. They pay for yours. No, because you are in America. If you were in Africa, they could pay for
Don't
you.
want to pay for it.
Yeah,
Right, give me nothing.
the whole family is supposed to organize for you. Because you are in America, they know you got money. And you know people here too, they don't care about asking them for. That's what you can afford. In Africa, wedding is a family thing. Everybody kind of treat it.
Going on over here, sir, you're turning your back. Right now, I've got about living a personal life choice. To me, there's some big conspiracy going on. You're saying it was not about you changing feelings about him. It was more so about external pressure. And fears, my friend, I was trying to my mama and everything. Yes. One thing about my dad. Asked me, why you want to postpone the wedding? When I told him, give me my money back. My dad just said, single mother, single my kids to make them great. Here today. But I'm not understanding. You have never asked me how to here. They have a question. Why? What's going on? Now that you've heard your daughter's testimony here today, do you really truly believe this line saying this wedding is postponed because she doesn't want to pay you back $3,000? Do you really truly believe that?
John, I do.
Okay. That's a really bold thing. A few days later,
See what I told you? Nothing. He didn't get to the 10,000. He's gonna give her 10,000, but he gave her 3, and he was gonna give her 28. He was gonna give her some more, but he never reached to the 10,000 for the wedding. Oh, that process, and the wedding was called. Now that's why he's asking for money because basically like a deposit. You never got money.
Because you can't even take it back. That's what it said.
Now he puts
I'm talking to me any type of way, not telling you what was going on. He says, on your side. One little question here. The gift alone, he says it was a gift. By your own testimony, sir, you said $1,000 for this place. $1,000. Where she told you. Stipulation is you back. Stipulation was not there, sir. The money. Bring it to a loan. You make it. Legal question is when you get money. Exactly. See, here's some now. It's not this. The legal question must be the intent of the party. For the same one, is one. The families that are safe, the city, his daughter, overnight. The things of it. Don't they go forward with the wedding even though they have doubt? Right now, I'm calling this off, I've had problems, I've canceled. But I didn't put out this. Money for some wedding in the future. Let's get there. The dollars. So when like the end of it was really tough. What I did, what I did, to get, it turned out like this. You can still run your fingers
Oh. Session, the Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding.
Okay, so I see both of you have items out there already. Tell me what's going on.
So, where's,
Four.
in the world,
So I had the same sewing machine in my phone today.
That's what's wrong. First, that's already, let's be fresh. Open now.
These things. So you decide to collaborate on